Alright boys, time to lock in. Greetings one and all, my name is Lancer and welcome to a music reaction. I haven't done one of these in a bit, but this one I'd say calls for it. Now what are we going to be listening to today? Well, if you've watched my reaction series to said show, you'll know that the music has been something I've been praising since I started watching it. And while the soundtrack for the show has finally dropped, that being the soundtrack for Frieren Beyond Journey's End, composed by Evan Call. Also, before you say anything, I know it's pronounced Frieren, but I say Frieren because that just feels natural to me. Now, they did say a long time ago, it's like April 17th will be the release of the full soundtrack, because they did originally release like a handful of some of the soundtrack, which I've been listening to here and there, but there has been one song that I've really been wanting to listen to, which I've only been listening to covers so far, but now the official one is here. That being the song Frieren the Slayer. Now, if you don't know specifically what song this is, well, I mean, you'll know once we start listening, especially if you watch the show, but this played for a certain scene when Frieren unleashes her power for the first time in the show and tells a certain character to unalive themselves. And it's one of the best scenes in anime I've seen in a while, in new anime, and just the music accompanying that scene. And of course, this song continues to play throughout many amazing scenes of the show. One scene also I really think of is when Denkin and his crew come across the replica Frieren. It's Frieren's boss fight theme. This soundtrack dropped last night, but obviously it was like right before I went to bed, so I was like, I'll save it for the morning, but here we are. I'm ready to listen. Let's do this. Whew, that's really loud. Let's turn that down a little bit. I mean, I don't mind the getting blasted in my ears, but just for you guys hearing it later. Oh my god, so much already. I will say, if I do have to trim this down or censor certain things to maybe upload it because of copyright, Patreon for uncensored, unfiltered, I guess, not uncensored, but back that up. Do you hear that vocal choir? And just, oh, that percussion leading into the violin on there. Such triumph. I'm trying to just listen to each of like the individual. I'm never going to get all of them in this first listen, but just the layers. That like deep brass down there with like the percussion just layered on top with just the phenomenal vocals. I'm not too familiar with Evan Call. I mean, I know Evan Call, he's done stuff like Violet Evergarden, which has amazing music as well. God damn, I fucking love this soundtrack. Oh my god. I just think of like the scene when like she breaks the barrier as well, just like thunder. I love music. I love this type of music, man. Like I've said it a million times before, just like if I'm just driving, if I'm by myself, just listening to music, whatever, it's always this type of music that I'll listen to before any sort of like pop or rock or anything, you know, because this is the type of shit I listen to that gets me up in the morning, puts me to bed at night, makes me move, makes me dance. Oh, I love that percussion line right there. It's like, those are Lord of the Rings right there a little bit. Oh, I don't remember hearing this part. See, this is what, yeah, really listening to the soundtrack outside of the show. It's like, oh, just these little pieces. Dragonborn. That's what I hear. Oh, that part, like the vocals there, it's like Dova King, how to be so sorry. Just that like men's choir. Oh, do you hear like that string line, the dun 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 dun. And now I switch over to that melody, the da 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 da. Okay, before we get into this part, oh my god, I'm sorry I'm blue balling, but also I'm trying to like just work around copyright, but oh, do you hear just that like the oh god, just like that cello just on that low. Just that like cello like bass line there, just like the yeah, it's kind of like God of War, a little bit like the that really just like it reverberates in my fucking brain. Such a heroic triumph, but then a little bit darker. Ooh. Oh my god, I can't. I'm sorry. But did you hear that? Angelic. Oh man, this may be one of the best anime songs I've listened to in a long time. Okay, I'm gonna try to listen to that part just without pausing, without stopping. I'm gonna turn it up a bit. I'm just gonna take it in. Oh, it's just that resolution there as well. Everything I love about this type of music, this one song has. The absolute just enchanting, angelic, but haunting choir. Those heavy fucking brass hits, the percussion that feels like a punch. And just the strings that are just like making it all come together, just sewing it together even. That is the fastest like 2.5 minutes of my life right there. Oh man. I just want to go through again just from start to finish, but one more time on that part. I love a good head voice, man. Oh my god. Oh, I need someone to get me the sheet music for this. I would love to just see it on the page. If it doesn't exist, someone make it, because I don't have the skill to do that, but I would love to just like follow along. I mean, I'm not great when it comes to like music theory or anything. Like, I know the difference between like notes and everything, but so I could sort of follow along. I want to see like the lyrics for this as well. I mean, it's still, again, very fresh that this drops, so it's probably going to be a while before we get more stuff like, you know, sheet music. I'm sure there'll be more covers that people do, lyrics. Like all morning now, whenever I've gotten the chance, like I keep pulling up my phone and this song is like on the top for me to listen to. I'm just like, not yet. I got to save it for this, but oh man, all day now I'm going to be just listening to this. And also the rest of the soundtrack. I've already like saved the playlist. I'm going to be just fucking listening to all of it. Ooh. See like those like harp strings? So what's interesting is like the scene where Denkin and them find the replica of Frieren, they cut out like that middle part. Yeah, I can't wait for season 2, man. Holy. If you haven't already watched Frieren Beyond Journey's End, do yourself a favor. It's one of those shows where it's perfect. From a production side of things, zero flaws or complaints. I mean, my anime list has it as #1 in terms of popularity and still does, but I mean, it's the biggest beef with this song specifically is like, this is her Dark Souls boss theme, which yes, I mean, it very much has like those Dark Souls theming with like that choir. Here, I'll pull up a comparison. This is the main menu theme for Dark Souls 3. Very similar. The first half of this theme is like Skyrim. And the second half of this theme is Dark Souls. One last time. Frieren the Slayer. I love that like this is the album cover. It's so deceptive considering the kind of song we're listening to, and there's this peaceful image on the screen. But I mean, that pretty much summarizes Frieren as a character. But either way, I could literally spend like an hour just continuously rewinding and listening to this, and I'm going to later. No sense of doing that forever on here, but even without having the show attached to it, that song so good. And the rest of the soundtrack as well, like I've been listening to it like throughout the couple hours before making this video. It's such a phenomenal soundtrack. Evan Call, absolute goat. I include him now up there with some of my favorites like Yuki Kaijura, Hiroyuki Sawano, Kenichiro Tsuruhiro, and now Evan Call. And season 2 of Frieren, it cannot come any quicker. I need it now. But either way, this was just my quick reaction to this amazing song from Frieren Beyond Journey's End. If there's any other songs from the soundtrack that you'd like me to listen to and sort of, I guess, break down, let me know. I'm very open to it. And I'm open to covering like many in like one video, like that'd be cool. But as well as let me know what your favorite moment in which this song played in the show. It's gotta be when, you know, she tells Aura to cut her head off. But thank you all for joining me on this music reaction. Join me for many other videos of this sort, be they future music reactions, reviews, gameplay, and everything else that'll be coming out soon. Until next time, I'm Lancer. Thanks for watching.